We begin Team CNBC coverage tonight with NBC's Kerry Sanders, who's been here since 5 o'clock this morning and has been keeping updated throughout the day. Kerry, tell us the latest on the search effort.
Well, there is some hopeful news here. I just spoke to the assistant fire chief for Miami-Dade, Raed Jadala, who tells me that those that are working on the rubble in that pile hear what appear to be tapping sounds. If it is indeed tapping sounds, they're working on the assumption that there is somebody inside trying to communicate to them, please get to me, get me out of here. So the firefighters that are on that rubble are gingerly trying to tunnel their way to where they're hearing those tapping sounds come from. But here's the problem. The building, as you can see, part of it is still standing, and they're not sure about the structural integrity of what remains. And the fear is using a hydraulic or moving some of the concrete in that pile of rubble from the pancaked 12 floors that came down could cause a problem for the rest of the building to come down, not only putting themselves in danger, but also perhaps jeopardizing the lives of people who may still be alive inside the rubble. And throughout all of this, you have 99 unaccounted for people. And so there are so many family members tonight who are anxiously waiting now since the darkness of the night when this first happened for word about their loved ones. You mentioned that some people have been dialing phone numbers, hoping that against hope that those cell phones will eventually be answered. So at this point, those folks who have been trying to reach their loved ones are now hoping, if there's tapping, if it's only one or two people, maybe it is my loved one. And there are so many people who are here that it's believed were inside the building, including the sister-in-law to the president of Paraguay. And so at this point, they're attempting to say, this is an international incident as well. Families here from Venezuela, people who are here vacationing. Remember, this is a very popular area for people to come to, but nobody would expect a building like this to collapse in the United States, and certainly not the way this happened. The forensic work will take place, but that'll happen long after to try to determine, Shep, what caused this.
Yeah, you know, Kerry, we've been hearing from Miami-Dade Fire Rescue and in addition from urban search and rescue teams who said that when they tried to go into that building and look around for people, the instability was such that there were no voids. They had some collapses. There was even a fire started at one point down in the rubble.
And that is, of course, the challenge here. That fire created quite a plume of smoke around here. You know, the folks who got out, these are the people who were in the portion of the building that was still standing, that got out on their own. They say that when they left, after they realized something had happened, they weren't sure what, they exited, went down corridors, went down stairwells that led to dead ends. They couldn't open doors. Things were crooked. They were doing this all in the darkness. There was a cloud of concrete smoke. They had flashlights out. They weren't sure where they were going, what they were doing. They did not panic, according to the people I spoke to, but they were certainly anxious. There was a lot of energy of what to do, how to get out. They finally made it to one of the balconies, and that's where the fire department showed up with one of those cherry pickers and began plucking them to safety from the third floor. It really sort of gives us an illustration, though, of those who could not get out of a building that they live in and understand how much difficult or how much harder it is for the firefighters who are now arriving, trying to poke their way through the concrete. 12 stories that pancake down with the weight of concrete and rebar and furniture and all of the things that are there to hopefully find somebody in there that may still be alive, Shepard.
Kerry Sanders live around the other side of what remains of this building. Kerry, thanks so much. Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.